Imagine a world where one man's decisions could reshape the fate of an entire civilization. This is the story of Julius Caesar, a name that not only transformed Rome, but also marked the dramatic conclusion of its republic. Today we explore how Caesar climbed to the peak of power, ignited a civil war, and met a fate that forever altered the course of Roman history. Join us as we uncover the life of a leader whose legacy continues to captivate us thousands of years later. Julius Caesar began his ascent not as a dictator, but a charismatic figure adept at forming strategic alliances. With Pompey and Crassus, he created the first triumvirate, a powerful alliance that catapulted him to the top of Roman politics. His military conquests, especially in Gaul, secured him unparalleled respect and devotion from his soldiers, setting the stage for his historic rise. In a decision that would define his legacy, Caesar stood at the Rubicon River, a boundary that no general should cross with an army. In 49 BC, facing the ultimatum from the Senate to disband his army or face prosecution, Caesar chose a path of no return. The phrase "crossing the Rubicon" now symbolizes making an irreversible decision. With the words "Ali acta est," the die is cast, he led his troops into Rome. Not just crossing a geographical line, but also crossing into outright rebellion against the Roman Senate. This bold move plunged Rome into a civil war. The conflict swiftly demonstrated Caesar's military genius and his ability to secure loyalty from both his troops and many Roman citizens. As he vanquished his enemies and pardoned many of his Roman adversaries, Caesar consolidated his power, declaring himself dictator. This was initially a temporary position granted during emergencies, but Caesar's hold on it began to look anything but temporary. As a dictator, Caesar initiated a series of reforms aimed at stabilizing and improving Roman society. He restructured the debt laws, reformed the calendar, introducing the Julian calendar, which is the precursor to what most of the world uses today, and redistributed public lands to veterans and the poor. These actions, while improving his standing with the common people, also sowed deep resentments among the elite, who saw his power as a direct threat to their status and the traditional republican values. Caesar's reforms as a dictator not only aimed to stabilize Roman society, but inadvertently catalyzed a shift in the balance of power with the republic. Addressing issues such as debt, land distribution, and the calendar, Caesar sought to bolster his support among the populace. However, these measures challenged the entrenched interests of the Roman elite, who viewed them as an affront to their privileged position and the traditional values of the republic. The redistribution of land to the veterans and the poor in particular exacerbated tensions, eroding the economic dominance long enjoyed by the aristocracy. Consequently, Caesar's reforms not only garnered him favor among the common people, but also sowed the seeds of discontent among the ruling class, setting the stage for the dramatic events that would unfold on the Ides of March. The culmination of these tensions came on the Ides of March, 44 BC. Fearing that Caesar intended to proclaim himself king, a group of senators conspired against him. Led by Brutus and Cassius, they assassinated Caesar in the Senate on a day he least expected betrayal from those he considered allies. His death was not the end, but a new beginning of chaos and further conflict of Rome. The assassination did little to restore the Republic, as the conspirators had hoped. Instead, it led to another round of civil wars, which ultimately ended the Roman Republic. Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, outmaneuvered all rivals, including Antony and Cleopatra in 27 BC. He was granted powers that effectively made him the first Roman emperor, signaling the rise of the Roman Empire and the end of the Republic. The transition from republic to empire marked a significant shift in Rome's trajectory, fundamentally altering its political dynamics. As the empire emerged, Rome's territorial reach expanded further, extending its influence across vast regions. Concurrently, the administrative apparatus of the state underwent a process of centralization, concentrating power within the imperial bureaucracy. This shift towards centralized authority under the emperor redefined the distribution of power, diminishing the role of the Senate. This new political framework would shape Rome's course for centuries, guiding it through periods of remarkable growth and enduring challenges. As we reflect on the life and actions of Julius Caesar, it becomes evident how a single leader's vision and decision can alter the course of history. Caesar's legacy is complex. He was a military genius, a populist, a reformer, yet also a usurper of the Republican ideas. His life reminds us the fine line between heroism and tyranny, between the will for change and the grab for power. What do you think about Julius Caesar's impact on Rome? Was he a hero who did what was necessary for Rome's survival, or a tyrant who destroyed the Republic for personal gain? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful history explorations.